best friend. Did you catch Love and Hip Hop last night? I did, and I was partially entertained, not wholly. So let's go ahead and get right into this Love and Hip Hop Hollywood season 4 episode 5 Spirit Animal review. So first up, we got Cisco and A1, and they sitting there just shooting the shit, talking in the breeze, cooling, talking. And next thing we know, we have Nia and Monique walk up, and they got this look on their face like they finna destroy somebody. Somebody is finna get the business as they walking up, and we come to find out that they are upset with Cisco because Cisco took Tiara to a detox clinic versus taking her all the way to rehab. So they felt some type of way. Monique goes into tears. She's like, I have family and I've seen them be torn apart with this drug abuse, and I cannot see my friend. You know what? I'm gonna leave because I'm too emotional. And then they just walk away. I was like, okay. But in the meantime, this is like argument that they're having. Cisco's like, but what have y'all done for her? What have you done for her lately? What have you done? I was like, well, that's a good question. What have you guys done? You guys are depending on Cisco, somebody who is just her friend, even though she's in love with him, whatever the case may be. But y'all haven't known him to be around long enough for y'all to depend on him to be her savior. So why aren't y'all doing something as friends to help? So in that moment, I did agree with Cisco on what he said. And A1 does admit also that he's been around Tiara, and Tiara does have a drinking problem. So he's like, yeah, I think she needs to get some help. So next up, we got Hazel E and Youngin. I don't know what his name is. Polo Tink Tink. I don't know his name. But Hazel E is having a photo shoot, and Youngin thinks that, hey, you know, I think this is my photo shoot too. So I'm going to pop a bottle, and I'm going to be in the picture. Cheese. And the photographer was like, excuse me. No, not today. You not, no. No, not today. You're not gonna be in the picture today, okay? So Hazel pulls him over to the side and is like, you know, this the Hazel Lee show. You know, you can't be thinking that this is all about you when it's all about me. So you gonna have to get it together. And she started talking about how young people think they can be in front of the horse before the horse get moving, or put the wagon in front of whatever people be saying. But that saying, I was like, oh, she just showed her age something for real. But I mean, she been letting him do this, so I guess I would say it's her fault. But she does mention that she's going to meet up with Safari, and that'll be her opportunity to introduce Youngin to some of her friends and see what she can make shake with that. The next up, we got Solo, Lucci, and Alexis. And this scene was just so annoying. I almost turned it off, because let's just talk about the realistic things. Like, first of all, he's doing a show. He's doing a radio interview, okay, at a radio that does old school music. Is he even considered old school? Okay, like, let me know that down below. Like, why would they even be playing his music on the radio? Why would they even care about him? So is this the only radio station they could find that'll take an interview with him, a fake interview with him? I digress. Then they have her come up, Alexis come up in there in the studio. Blah, da, 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 da. That's exactly how she sounded to me. And she come up in there just talking crazy. I'm like, okay, I feel you, but this is not the time or the place for this to be going down. And so I just looked around and I was like, okay, this is just dumb. Like, the girls they just walk out. The hosts, they just walk out. I'm like, if this was a real radio show, they would not just walked out. They would have had security politely take their little crazy tails up out of the radio show and been done with that. There's no way I would have walked out of my radio show for somebody craziness. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But Alexa starts calling him a bum and starts calling him a bitch. And I was like, at this point, you've lost all credibility that you had to be with this man, because you have just literally called him a bum and a bitch. You cannot call no dude no bum and no bitch. Like, I don't know about y'all, but them was like fighting words to dudes. Like, especially when they not bummy and they trying. Yeah. So then she gets mad because he says, that's fine, that's cool, I ain't want you anyway, because you done been tossed around or been around anyway. Everybody had some, whatever it was, but it made her start boo-hooing and crying. And poor little Tink Tink, I was like, oh, Alexis, you forgot you used to be a thotty thot thot. You can't be like that and be a thotty thot thot. You can't have feelings right now. Not right now, silly. So then we got Safari, Chanel, and Hazel. And Safari and Chanel are in the studio, and they're working on a song called New Bay, okay? Because I left my old one, now I got a new bay. Y'all have to excuse me. I can't take Chanel or Safari seriously. And this is just, the beat is nice though. I appreciate the beat. But they meet up with Hazel. And did y'all hear the helicopter in the background when she was walking up? That was kind of funny to me. But anyways, they meet up to try to see what Hazel can do for her, see if she can help with advancing Chanel West Coast, East Coast, whatever her name is, in her new ventures. And the first thing they have up is a video for New Bae. Then we have Keisha Cole, Masika, and Nia. And Keisha Cole is sponsoring this day of relaxation on a rooftop, I'm assuming, with random men who have really oiled up hands that are rubbing and touching. I don't know about y'all, but it did not feel like these people was professional, because they was doing like this. They was like, and they was just rubbing. They was like rubbing. I couldn't take that scene seriously. But anyways, so Masika starts talking to her about Zale. She's wanting advice, like, hey, how do you handle him? Because, you know, he has to be professional with you, Keisha. So how do you handle the situation? She was like, I just keep it professional. I was like, oh, okay. But she just telling him, you know, like, basically just handle your business. You're going to have to talk to him and talk to him about being professional. Then Nia starts talking about Cisco and Tierra and what happened the other night. And Keisha was like, look, you know, I'm all here for gossip, but we can't be talking about somebody having no problems and they not here to defend themselves. It don't feel right. So she tells Nia, y'all just need to talk, and they leave it at that. So then we got Tierra and Cisco. Tierra's in the studio making music, and I'm not really here for it. I don't know. Is it just me, or does Tierra have the big girl thing going on? She got the almost overweight girl thing going on. And I'm gonna tell y'all what that is, because I've been in this stage where, to accentuate other things of your body, to take away from your stomach, you show other things. So like, as you'll see from me, if you ever see me go out, I accentuate my legs to hide my stomach. And she's doing that thing, and she's accentuating her boobs to hide the fact that she's gained a little weight in her tummy area. But it's just looking like too much. Like, everything is just stuffed and puffed and pushed up, and every time she's talking, it's like annoying. But I just thought, was that too much? Okay, anyways, but that was annoying me. But anyway, so Sierra's in the studio making music. Cisco tells her about the friends or whatever. I hope you guys can still see me. Feels like my phone may be getting a little hot out here. Let's hold on. Okay, so my phone was acting like it wanted to overheat, but that's okay. We're gonna make this thing rock and shake it out. So Cisco begins to tell Tierra about how her friends had kind of ambushed him the other night, and how they said that she needed to go to rehab, and he was like, you know, he didn't feel right about the situation. And she was like, well, did you defend me though? Did you defend me? What did you say? Did you defend me? And he was like, wait a minute, what? You mad at me? No, you need to be mad at your so-called friends. Matter of fact, them ain't your real friends. You need to check your friends, because I don't think you got no friends. She was like, I don't have any friends. I was like, okay, poor little tick. She looks drunk already. Then we have Alexis and Lyrica. They meet up because Alexis wants to make sure that her relationship is still okay with Lyrica now that her and Lil Lucci aren't together. And she begins to cry. She's like, you know, I didn't expect this from him. Even though things were moving so fast, I just didn't expect him to treat me like this. I was like, I mean, but you brought this on yourself, so I don't understand how you sitting here lying to this girl. Like, you didn't just pop up at the radio show and act the fool and then call him out his name, and you get mad when he say something to you. Like, I have no sympathy for her. But anyways, Alexis confides in her, and they end up going to get their nails done because they need a little peace, a little break. Then we got Tierra, Moniece, and Nia, and Tierra just comes straight forward. She's like, so y'all was talking about me? Hold on, I wish I had my boobs out. Like, this is Tierra, like, so y'all was talking about me? I was like, ooh, my little TT Tierra. Like, oh my gosh, did they talk about you being drunk? Like, you were definitely acting drunk. Look, I done messed up my shirt up here playing around. You definitely were acting like you were already drunk, already lit. And I understood what you were saying, though. You didn't feel like it was their place to go talk to your dude behind their back, but they felt like they couldn't come and talk to you, so why not talk to the person who's supposed to be close to you? That's what they were getting at. Then we got Moniece and Bae, which they are so cute together. And Moniece tells Bae what's been going on with Tierra, and Bae says, you know what? You really can't help everybody. Then Mr. Ray just shows up out of nowhere. They were supposed to meet at hookah, but he shows up early because he just has something to talk about. He has no hair, but I imagine that he would be doing like that. he's distressed that Masika is mad at him and not upset with Zell. Moniece tells him, like, hey, you know, you were supposed to be better than that. You need to go ahead and meet up with them. Matter of fact, you can meet up with them tomorrow when they go get their feet done. And Zell will be there too, so you can have a talk with him. He was like, yep, I'm sure gonna be there. I'm gonna go there. Y'all already know it's finna go down. So then we got A1, Keisha Cole, and Lyrica. And Lyrica is upset with A1 because he's having a session with Keisha Cole that she did not know about. Come to find out, she feels like, you know, you done got on top and then you forgot about me. We could have been making money together. I'm like, but just 2 episodes ago, you told my dude he wasn't allowed to work with nobody. So it's Keisha Cole. He had to make, you know, pimp decisions with this. Now I understand y'all married, and I got what she was saying, but I'm like, you're backtracking on your word, because now you like, I could work with her. I could have been on her songs, blah blah blah. I'm like, you could have been on the other girls' tracks. You could have been making money like that, but you so busy worried about Anita or whatever your Adina, is it Adina? Whatever her CD is called, that's what you worried about. So I was like, I'm kind of here for you, kind of not. I don't know. What did y'all think down below? Then we got Hazel E and Chanel video shoot, and this was probably like the best scene, minus the end scene with Zell and Mr. Ray. But this was probably like the best scene for me, only because I felt like Hazel E really tried it, but Chanel was wrong. Chanel should be ready. She should be ready to go at all times. If somebody walks up and she don't have a treatment for a video, okay, yes, that may be unprofessional, but you always gotta be ready, because if you be ready, you don't have to get ready, okay? So even though Hazel E wanted to take over so she could get her boo in the video, that's what that was all about anyways, was getting a chance for her boo to be in the video. She wanted to direct it. She didn't provide a treatment. I'm like, but y'all should have all known that beforehand, because what people produce a video and don't have a treatment? Even when I did my little shoe video, I had a treatment for my little shoe collection. Shameless plug, I'm gonna have it linked up wherever, it'll be up in here. But yeah, I had a treatment for that because I had somebody else shooting it for me, that I needed to make sure things were gonna go the way I had imagined them. So I didn't understand why they hadn't asked for a treatment on their own, so they just let Hazel E just do them like that, if you ask me. But for Chanel to be upset about doing an 8 count, baby, Beyonce hit an 8 count in her sleep with her eyes closed. If you're trying to be somebody, I'm gonna need you to get it together. You're gonna have to have your 8 count ready to go, okay? Get it together, Chanel. I'm not here for her. I think she's on the wrong show. I really just feel like I just don't like her attitude. I don't like what she brings to the show. She's not giving me anything but rich white woman tease, and I just don't like it. Like, she's giving me nothing. She's giving me nothing. I don't think she's of value other than helping Hazel E make a fool of herself. If that's a value, then hey, you know, whatever. Then we have Masika and Zell and Mr. Ray. And Masika and Zell are just sitting there. They, you know, talking about what happened. Masika's telling Zell that she is really not feeling what's going on and what happened, but, you know, she wants to try to make amends. She's really upset with Mr. Ray. And boom, just as Zell was finna say something, who walks in? Mr. Ray walks in. Mr. Ray say something out the side. I don't even know what he said. All I know is that Zell hopped over, okay? He hopped over the hot tub thing and went straight for Mr. Ray and knocked him down. And I was like, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire, okay? It's a whole entire fire. But I was here for it. Why was I here for it? Because so nobody really knows what their beef is all about. But you know what, I was just glad to see them fight it out. Hopefully this will be the last time we have to see them fighting, and this, you know, they could just go ahead and get over it. Whatever it is, they just need to let it go, because it's not that deep for him to be cutting himself and bleeding his own blood, in the words of Zell. But anyways, so next week we're going to see a special edition side chick episode with Tierra Cisco and his new boo, and I'm interested in seeing what's gonna happen with that, because y'all know Tierra be drunk, so we're gonna see what happens with that situation. And then there's a whole new episode with a bunch of stuff going on that I just forgot to write down, to be honest with you. What are you guys thinking about this new season? Are you guys feeling it? Are you here for it? Who do you want to see more of? Are you happy that Keisha's interacting with the other people? It still seems kind of forced. It doesn't seem realistic at the moment yet. Boobie is making more connections with people and making it seem more realistic than Keisha is. But hey, you know, they paying Keisha the big coins to be on the show, so why not have her intermingle when she can, okay? Let me know what you guys think down below. I gotta get back into work. Y'all already know how this go, and I will catch you guys on the next one. KK, bye.